KISS series. That's KYSS. Keep your spine strong. And the part of our spine that we're particularly interested in is the L3 to L5 area, which is between the shoulder blades here. So L1 is the first rib, 2, 3. So it's 3, 4, and 5. And this is an area that really needs a lot of attention because we don't use this area a lot. We normally bend from lower down, and so we need to move our movement to up to the T thoracic area, the T area. So as I refer to the T area today, you'll know what I'm talking about. Shall we begin with our usual pranayama? And we've been working on our water, coffee, and whiskey breath. Let's start with our water breath, the kind of breath that you need every day, several times a day. That's the deep belly breathing. So just please sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Maybe start with your lung breathing and then gradually increase the length and depth of your inhalations so that it goes all the way down to your belly. And then increase the length of your exhalations. And you want them relatively even. If you inhale on a count of 10, exhale on a count of 10, whatever that number is works for you. Make sure they're long, deep, and full, and slow. Through your nose. Your nose is a main filter of toxins entering your body. That's why you want to breathe through your nose, because if you breathe through your mouth, everything just flies in there with no filter. One more deep yoga breath at your own pace. And bring your breathing back to normal. And then we'll do 2 rounds of our coffee breath, the Kapalabhati breathing that we've been doing. That's the forceful exhalations, quick bursts of forceful exhalations. This is the kind of breath that you want to give you a boost of energy and clear out your mind, helps you focus. So make sure when you exhale through your nose, you're contracting your abdominal muscles to force all the air out through your nose, and let the inhalation be very passive. We'll do 10 Kapalabhati and then pause, and then we'll do 10 more. First, take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale deeply through your nose, and then we'll inhale and begin. And then pause. One more deep breath in. Exhale slowly. Inhale and repeat the Kapalabhati. And then pause back to normal. So seasoned practitioners of Kapalabhati can do 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60 rounds of Kapalabhati without a pause in between. That tends to make most beginners in this practice dizzy. So, but if you practice this on your own, see if you can gradually increase the number of Kapalabhati breaths that you do in a row. Now, I just want to caution you, don't do this before bed because it might keep you awake. Also, if you've got very high blood pressure, you want to be cautious of doing too many of those as well. Okay, please, we'll inhale and Om in. Om. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki. The divine is the inner teacher. Okay, working on our spinal warm-up, we're going to do some dynamic spinal movements. So take a deep breath with your head facing to the ceiling. Inhale, open your arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the right. Let your left hand lightly rest on your right thigh for a brief moment. And then inhale back all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, to the center. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand, the right hand will rest lightly on the left thigh. And inhale, exhale, come all the way back to center, Urdhva Hastasana again. Inhale, push your fingertips up. Exhale, right hand comes by the hip, left arm by the ear. Push into your right hand, inhale back up, Urdhva Hastasana. Push up with your fingertips, exhale, left hand down, right arm beside the ear. Push into your right hand, left hand, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand on the right thigh. Inhale, back to center, all the way back up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand on the outside of the left thigh briefly. And then slowly back to center. One more Urdhva Hastasana with your fingertips up. Exhale, right hand floats down, left arm beside the ear. And then pull up with your left hand back to Urdhva Hastasana. And then left hand floats down, right arm beside the ear. And then come all the way back up, back to neutral. So we'll do our camel ride. If you were here last week, you'll remember the camel ride. It's focusing on between the shoulder blades here, the T area. We'll start with our posture upright, our shoulders down from our ears and our chest slightly forward, and grab hold of your shins. And now we'll go for the camel ride. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, you're going to tuck your chin and bring your chest down, and the crown of your head's going to come down toward the mat, so that you feel that T area pushing up toward the ceiling. Push your arms away so you feel the shoulder blades separate on your back. Take a deep breath here. And then as you exhale, you're going to keep your chin tucked and lean back. So now your T area is pointing to the back of your mat. Tuck the tailbone under. Feel the rounding of your spine. And then very slowly sit back upright. Bring the shoulders down from your ears and down on your back. So your shoulder blades will be going like this and this, this and this. That's how it should feel. Okay, one more. Upright, take a deep breath. Exhale, tuck the chin. Pull your shins towards you as you bring your head down. Push your arms away, your forearms into your thighs so you can feel your back pointing up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath here. And then as you exhale, push your spine backwards in the C shape, tuck the tailbone, keep your chin tucked. And then slowly come back upright and feel your shoulder blades come down your back and together as you stretch your neck long and your chest forward. So bend your knees in front of you. And this is another flexion of the spine. Hug both knees into your chest. And then we're going to tuck the chin again, bring your forehead down to the knees and tuck the tailbone under. Push your spine away to the back of your mat and feel it opening, every vertebra open. And as you're hugging your knees, feel how your shoulder blades that separate and that T area flexes. And then slowly come upright and take your hands behind you. And then open your chest upward as you bring your shoulders away from your ears and feel how the points of your shoulder blades come together down your back. And then come back to center. One more time, hug knees in. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, forehead to the knees, flex the spine backwards. And then inhale as you slowly open your arms, bring their hands behind you, push your chest up to the ceiling. And if you would like to this time lift your bottom up into the reverse table, just keep your chest open, keep your neck long and relaxed. And then very slowly bring your bottom back down if you have it up. And then one more hug, knees to the chest. And then come back upright. And now please come onto your backs. We're going to do some core work in combination with some spine flexions. So on your backs, bend your knees. Take your right foot, cross it over your left, or your right knee, cross it over your left knee. Okay, so now we're do eagle arms. So here's a choice on your feet. If you want to tuck your right foot behind your left ankle, go ahead and do that. And then bring your feet back down to the mat. Otherwise, it's just knee over knee. Okay. Hug yourself with your right arm underneath your left arm, elbows pointing toward the ceiling, elbows stacked over each other. And then unfold your forearms toward each other so that your forearms now are parallel to the mat, parallel to the ceiling. Push the forearms away so you can feel your shoulders separate. Now here comes the abdominal part. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to lift your feet off the mat, lift your knees up, and bring your head and shoulders up, and see if you can touch your elbows to your knees or get close. And then come all the way back down. Pause with your feet back on the mat, and we'll do that again. Eagle crunches. Inhale, exhale, curl the spine up, bring your feet up, elbows to knees, and then curl all the way back down. Touch the feet down. One more. Inhale, exhale, curl the spine up. Really push your lower back down into the mat as you bring your elbows to your knees. And then very slowly curl back down, unwind the arms, uncross the legs. Pause here for a breath. Allow the knees to fall to the right briefly with your chest open, arms in a T. Knees come to center. Allow the knees to fall to the left. Keep your chest open, arms in a T. Knees back to center. Take your left leg, cross it over your right, knee over knee. If you want to hook your left ankle behind your right ankle, do so. Otherwise, just keep knee over knee. This time we're going to hug ourselves with the right arm on top of the left arm under. Stack your elbow over elbow, point the elbows up to the ceiling, and then bring your forearms together as far as you can. Maybe touch your hands, maybe not. Push your forearms away to the ceiling. Keep the arms parallel to the mat and to the ceiling. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, we'll do our crunch. So we'll bring our knees up, roll the spine up, elbows to knee, and then roll back down. Pause, inhale. Exhale, curl up, elbow to knee. Come back down very slowly. Inhale. One last exhale. Curl the spine, elbow to knee, and then come all the way back down. Unravel your arms, unravel the legs. Have your feet hip width distance apart. Inhale. Exhale, allow your knees to fall to the left. Keep your chest open. Inhale back to center. Exhale, allow your knees to fall to the right. Keep your chest open. And back to center. From here, keep your knees bent. We're going to do another version of a flexion and extension of the spine. We're going to do what's called Pavamuktasana plus Setubantasana, which is basically hugging your knees to your chest and then going into a bridge pose. So it's going to look like this. You bring your knees into your chest, Clasp your fingers around your shins. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to lift your head, tuck your chin, curl your spine, bring your forehead toward your knees very slowly. And then very slowly, allow the spine to uncurl back down. And then bring your feet back down, hip width distance apart. Arms are going to be by your sides, palms facing down. And this is going to be a very low bridge. So push into your feet, allow your hips to come off the mat, roll your spine upward, bring your chest towards your chin, and feel how your shoulder blades flatten on the mat here. And then very slowly roll the spine back down until your hips touch down. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, bring the knees to the chest again. Clasp your fingers around your shins. Hug your shins to your chest, your knees to your chest. Take a deep breath here. Exhale as you lift your head, tuck your chin, roll your spine up, forehead toward the knees. Very slowly, roll the spine back down. Release your legs, bring your feet back down to the mat, hip width distance apart, knees bent, arms by your sides, palms facing down. Take a deep breath. Exhale, push into your feet as you roll your hips and your spine up. Chest comes toward your chin. Flatten the tops of your shoulder blades down on the mat. And then very slowly roll back down, one vertebra at a time, until your hips touch down. And we'll repeat one more time. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees to your chest, clasp your fingers around your shins, hug the knees in, take a deep breath. Exhale, lift your head, shoulders, tuck your chin, curl the spine, forehead to the knees, and very slowly curl back down, one vertebra at a time. Bring your feet back down to the mat, arms by your sides, palms facing down. Push into your feet as you very slowly roll up into a low bridge, bringing your chest towards your chin. Flatten the tops of your shoulders down on the mat. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly roll one vertebra at a time. And then touch down. Bring your arms in a T one more time, palms facing up. Separate your feet hip width distance apart if they're not already there. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let the knees fall to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let the knees fall to the left. Inhale back to center. And then just roll over onto either side of what you want and come onto your bellies. Okay, we'll start with a wide rolling cobra. And you might want to watch me first. I hope you can see me well enough. Watch me. This is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. You want to make sure that your pelvis is flat on the mat and your thighs are rotating inward slightly, and you're pushing down. Make sure you keep pushing down on your pelvis, your thighs, and the tops of your feet. Your hands are wide here outside of your mat. You're in line with your shoulders. You're going to begin with your chin tucked with the forehead on the mat, and then you're going to roll up. As you push into your hands, you're going to uncurl your spine, lift your head, bring your shoulders down from your ears, chest forward, and then we're going to roll back down all the way with our forehead on the mat. Okay, we'll do that again. Start with the forehead on the mat, and then you're going to push into your hands, push into your pelvis, push into the tops of your feet. And then slowly keep your chin tucked as you push up, your chest off the mat, and then very slowly uncurl your spine, pull your shoulders away from your ears as you stretch your neck long, chest forward, and then come all the way back down very slowly. So as you're curling up, your arms may straighten a little bit. Forehead back on the mat. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, push into your hands, tuck the chin, push the T area up toward the ceiling, and then roll your shoulders down from your ears and extend your spine long. Keep your pelvis pushed into the mat, thighs rolling in, and then come all the way down. Spread your legs apart another 2 or 3 inches so that they're more in a V, and keep your pelvis down, keep your thighs pushed into the mat, keep the tops of your feet pushed into the mat if you can, and we'll do a little twisting cobra. So you want to keep your pelvis and your hips down. You're not twisting from that area, you're just twisting from the T area. So push into your hands, come up into a low wide cobra, and then we're going to bring the left shoulder forward as we look over our right shoulder, and then back to center, and then bring the right shoulder forward as we look over the left shoulder. And then back to center, come all the way down, arms in crocodile, arms in front of you. You can rest your head on your forearms. And then from here, you're going to push into your forearms, lift your head up and tuck your chin and push that tear area up to the ceiling like your humpback. This is a hunchback now. Pull your shoulder blades away. Push into your forearms to make that humpback, and then come all the way back down. Rest your head on your arms. Take a couple of breaths here as a break. And then please, hands come underneath your shoulders, push up to table, and pad knees accordingly here. So we'll be staying on our knees for a few moments. Square up the table. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, push into your hands and come all the way back up on your knees. Urdhva Hastasana, palms facing each other, fingertips toward the ceiling. Good. Inhale, bring the right hand on the right hip. Exhale, lateral bend to the right. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand down somewhere on the right table corner, and then swing your right arm behind you in the twist. Push into your left hand, come all the way up, come back to center, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. Exhale, come into table. Inhale. Exhale, take your right arm and thread it underneath your left arm and bring your head down to the mat. Use your left hand for support for your shoulder stretch. So this is a twisting shoulder stretch. Your right palm is facing up, threading underneath your left arm. And then push into your left hand to come back to full table. And take a deep breath, flat back. As you exhale, walk your both feet over to the right, and then look over the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, both feet come back to center behind you. Take a deep breath with a flat back. Exhale, bring your hips towards your heels, extending the spine. Inhale, push into your hands and lift up onto your knees into Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, arms push up. Exhale, left hand on the hip, right arm beside the ear as we laterally bend to the left. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down to the left corner table. Keep twisting your arm behind you. Push into your right hand so that you can come all the way back up, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale. Exhale, come back into your table. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to thread the left arm underneath our right arm, bringing our shoulder down to the mat and resting our head on the mat or a block or bolster, supporting your body with your right hand as you stretch your left shoulder. Now, your left shoulder may not come all the way down to the mat. Just do the best you can and make it feel good. Don't overdo it. And then slowly push into your right hand. Unwind, come back to full table. Take a deep breath, flat back, and then exhale, walk both feet over to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Look at your feet. And then walk your feet back to center. Bring your hips back to your heels one last time and briefly rest here in a child pose. You can fold your arms if you like, place your forehead on your hands, or place your forehead on the mat or a bolster briefly. And then please come back up to table, grab blocks if you're using them. And you can, we're going to come into a downward facing dog. You can keep your hands on the blocks if you like to come into your downward facing dog. Otherwise, put your hands flat on the mat from a table position, walk your hands forward, just maybe one hand distance, and then push into your toes, and then lift your hips into your downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, kick your right leg up behind you. Open your right hip. Look underneath your left armpit, and maybe you can see your foot. Bring that foot back down to your downward facing dog. Keep your knees really bent here. Take your right hand, grab your left shin or calf, and continue twisting your body to look under your left armpit. And then back to downward facing dog, both hands. Inhale, right leg up again. Exhale, swing it up between your hands. Your hands can be on blocks here or the mat. From here, bring your left knee down and then get light in your fingertips. Come into Anjani Asana. So this is going to be another version of a flexion and extension of the spine. This is extending the spine. Reach up with your fingertips, open your chest, bring the shoulders down your back, lean back, make sure your tailbone's pointing down so you're not pinching your lower back. And then exhale, bring your hands back down to the blocks. Walk the blocks or your hands back toward your hips. Straighten your front leg as you curl your spine. So this is like a cat pose here. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, bring your head toward your knee, flexing the spine just like a cat. Your front leg is straight-ish. Foot flex, toes pointing up. This is a half a split. And then rebend the front leg, front knee. Slowly come back into your Anjani Asana, opening the arms, chest up, shoulders down, lean back, tailbone down. And one more time, bring the hands down and very slowly straighten the front leg as you curl your spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and come into a flexion as you straighten the front leg into the half of a split. Okay, re-bend the knee. Place the blocks aside. Step back to downward facing dog, or you can use your blocks for downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, kick your left leg up behind you. Bend the left knee, open the left hip, look under the right armpit. Maybe you see your foot. Bring that foot back down to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Exhale, left hand comes to the right calf or ankle. Twist. Maybe your head will come underneath your armpit as you look underneath your right armpit. Release. Bring the hand back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up in the air behind you. Exhale, bring it up between your hands or pick it up and put it there. And then bring your right knee down into your low lunge. Scoot your right knee back as far as you can comfortably. And come lighting your fingertips into Anjaneyasana. Open chest wide, tailbone down, neck nice and long, shoulders down from the ears. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the blocks or the mat. And you walk your hands towards your hips as you straighten your front leg. Flex the foot so the toes are pointing up, and then curl the spine. Your forehead comes down toward the knee. Tailbone gets tucked under. You're tucking your chin, pushing your hands into your blocks so you feel your shoulders separate here. Very slowly rebend the front knee. Come back slowly into Anjaneyasana. Palms facing each other, open wide, chest forward, shoulders down from the ears. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Exhale, hands come down. One more time. Into our half split on Ardha Hanuman, forehead toward the knee, tucking the tailbone, tucking the chin. And rebend the front foot, the front knee. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee off the mat. And then we're going to step our right foot up to meet our left foot into a forward fold. And then very slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And pause in Tadasana. Okay, well, you might remember our swinging chair with our turtle hugs, starting in Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, palms facing each other, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, come into chair. Tailbone down, neck long and relaxed, shoulders down from the ears. Really engage your belly muscles here. Inhale. Exhale, swing the arms down and up behind you. Keep your knees bent so that your belly can rest on your thighs. Push your fingertips up toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath. Exhale, swing your arms back down. Orangutan arms. Keep your belly on your bent thighs, and then grab your elbows. Let your elbows dangle here. And now release your elbows and bring your arms behind your knees and grab your elbows. Tuck the chin, curl the spine, tuck the tailbone. Feel that T area. And then release your elbows, orangutan arms, just arms dangling. And then very slowly push into your feet. Rise up. All the way up. Inhale. Tippy toes. Urdhva Hastasana. And then feet come down, arms come down back to Tadasana. Okay. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, come into chair. Relax the neck, shoulders down from the ears, tailbone down, feet parallel to each other, thighs are parallel to each other. Hug the belly in. Inhale. Exhale, swing in chair, arms behind, fingers pointing up, bend the knees, belly resting on your thighs. Inhale, exhale, orangutan arms, let them drop. And then grab your elbows. And then whatever way you grabbed them, switch so that the opposite arm is on top, because you probably grabbed them the habitual way, as we all do. Hang here for a breath or two. And then release your elbows, bring them behind your knees, and the same arm is on top that you just had as you re-grab your elbows behind the knees. Release elbows, orangutan arms, and then push into your feet. Very slowly rise up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana into your tippy toes. Calf engagement here, calf muscles, and then come on down back to Tadasana. Okay, I'm going to show you something fun that we're going to try. It's challenging, but I know that we all like to be challenged every now and then. This is a balance. I'm going to give you a couple of options, but you might want to watch first. So we're going to go, we're going to start with a lunge, high lunge. So you're on your, the back foot is on your toes, and then your front knee is over the ankle. And then we're going to do some karate kicks, which means you're going to bring your back foot up, touch the hand to the foot, and then go back to your lunge, okay? So as you do that, you're in my case, my right arm and right leg is back. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing my arm down as I bring my leg forward, touching, and then back to the lunge. Okay, so we'll do that a couple times, but and then here's the tricky part. Really find your focal point and engage your belly muscles, because next time we're gonna come up, see if you can stick the landing, grab your foot, and then extend your leg, and then maybe turn and twist. Now I have an option for you, because I know that doesn't work for everybody. So instead of grabbing the toe and extending the leg, you can just grab the knee and then twist your body open. Okay, so let's try it together. Now that you know what it looks like, let's start with our right foot back, left foot forward into a nice lunge. So make sure the left knee is stabilized over the foot, and you're on your back toes. You have a slight bend to the back leg, and then your arms are up in a high lunge, high crescent lunge. Okay, find a focal point. You don't have to watch me because you know where you're going now. Push the weight into the left foot, bring the right foot up, right arm down, touch the foot to the hand, and then come back to your lunge. Do that again. Shift your weight, right arm down, left foot, hand to foot, and then back to your lunge. And this time, we'll see if we can stick the landing. So really concentrate on your focal point. Shift the weight as you kick the foot up. Either grab the knee, grab your foot, or grab your toe. And straighten the leg, or not. And then maybe keep twisting over to the right. And then release back down. Shake all that out. How'd you like that? Good. I'm glad you liked it. We'll move to the other side now. It's a challenge, but it's a good challenge. Left foot back, right knee bent. And as you notice, I'm right next to a wall. So if you want to be next to a wall to help you with this, please feel free to do so. Starting with the lunge. Okay, find your focal point first. Try not to deviate from that, because this will help you really engage your core muscles as you do this. You're shifting your weight, bringing your back foot forward, touch, and then back. Engage your core, shift the weight, back foot forward, touch, and then back. And this time we'll see if we can stick the landing, touch the foot or the knee, grab, or either twist with your knee or straighten the leg. And then keep twisting your spine to the left. Maybe you can change your gaze over to the left, maybe not. And then release back down. Good. Good, good, good. From a little bit I can see, that looks really good. Good job, everybody. Okay. Back to front of your mat into Tadasana. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Hands come down to mat or blocks, and we'll step back into downward facing dog. Feel free to keep your hands on the blocks in your downward dog. Couple of breaths here. Spread the fingers wide. Pull your forearms toward each other. Roll the shoulders out. Bring the knees down. And then sit back into child pose. Resting your head either on the mat, a block, or the bolster, or your hands. And if you would like to give your wrists a release, bring your hands by your sides, palms facing up so your hands are next to your feet. And then just make gentle fists open and close. And then circle the wrists. Make sure you get both directions. And then rest a couple of breaths in child pose. Just allow your body to relax here. And then please very slowly come back up to seated. With your legs in front of you, and please grab your belt. And we'll start in our staff pose. Shoulders down from your ears, hands by your hips, feet pointing up, knees pointing up. Tilt the pelvis forward. Feel that neutral lower back. Bring the chest forward, shoulders down. Bring your shoulder points together down your back. Dandasana staff pose. So now, if you want to use your belt here, take it around your feet, the balls of your feet. And then we're going to bring our chest down toward our legs. Now, you don't have to go very far here. So you want to keep that neutral lumbar until you get to a certain point. So if you come forward more than 45 degrees, then you're going to have to round your spine, your lower back, in order to get your chest down. So if you're able to get your belly down to your knees, then you're not going to have your lumbar curve. You're going to have a rounded lower back. But as long as you're still up here, this length, then you still want to stick your tailbone out to stretch the spine long. So this is called Paschimottanasana. Your legs are straight, but don't lock out the knees. Western facing pose is what Paschimottanasana translates into. And this is so called because traditionally yoga would be done in the morning facing the east. And so when you're doing this fold, your backside is facing the west. And very slowly release the belt or your feet or your calves or whatever you have hold of. Return to Dandasana. Reset your spine here. Retilt the pelvis. Bring the shoulders back down from the ears. Re-lengthen your neck. Now, take your legs wide in a V. If you want to take a block in front of you to rest your hands on, you can do that. So this is called Upavista Konasana, upright angle pose. Tilt the pelvis forward again here so that you have that neutral lower back. Knees up, feet up, and you want to make sure that your knees stay up and your feet stay up. Don't allow your feet to fall backwards, which is a tendency here. So place your hands either on the mat in front of you or on the block in front of you. And then we're going to slowly bring our chest down. The same thing here. If you only go a little bit and you only have to go as far as your body likes, because it's a big stretch to the groin area and to the backs of your legs. But if you come down far enough, you're going to have to curve your lower back in order to have your spine release down. And then you can walk your hands forward, walk your block forward, bring your head down. So it doesn't really matter how far you come down. It's just as long as you keep your spine long and your feet pointing up. And then breathe a few breaths here, relax. And slowly push up. Take your hands underneath your knees and very gently bring them up. Walk your feet together. And then please come onto your backs with your block handy and your belt handy. And start with bent knees. So what we just did seated, we're going to do reclined. So you can feel how the effects are the same but different. Bring the knees to the chest, put the belt around both feet, sort of someplace in the middle of the strap, and then extend your legs so that the soles of your feet are facing the ceiling. Keep the legs straight-ish, but not locked. Okay, so right here in your 90-degree angle, flatten your shoulders down on the mat, and you have your neutral spine. You got a little bit of space between your lower back and the mat. So this is what we did. This is our Dandasana pose, except we're reclined. This is the neutral spine. This is how your back feels when you're sitting up in Dandasana. This is exactly how your back should be. Now, if you want to, pull your legs over your head as if you were bringing your chest down, rolling your chest down, then go ahead and do that, knowing that your spine will round, your tailbone will lift. And this is the same as when we were seated, rolling our belly down to our thighs, bring our heads down toward the legs. When you have the belt and gravity working for you, it's a little different. And our muscles are nice and warmed up now, so we can stretch them. You wouldn't really want to stretch this intensely if you had cold muscles. Okay, if you've got your feet someplace over your head, bring them back to vertical. And then reestablish that neutral spine. Flatten the shoulders down, have a gentle lumbar curve. And now separate the feet on the belt. Bring your hands to the edges of the belt, ends of the belt. Separate your feet as wide as they'll go. Maybe they'll go all the way to the ends of your belt. Your soles are still pointing up, and your spine stays in neutral to start with. So you're in your 90-degree angle, just like when we were seated. And now, as we bring our chest to the floor, as when we were seated, we brought our chest toward the floor. We can bring our feet over our head. And when you get to a certain point, you'll lift your tailbone off the mat. If you even get to that point, you don't have to. And then just keep using the belt as leverage to bring your knees or your feet down towards your mat. Your knees are sort of coming to the direction of your armpits, but your legs are straight. And please slowly bring your legs back to vertical. Bring your feet together, bend the knees, remove the belt. Place the belt aside, hug your knees into your chest, roll on your spine one way then the other. And then grab your block, lift your hips and place your sacrum on the block. And feel free to either keep your feet on the mat or allow them to float up into your waterfall pose, relaxing your shoulders. And either way, whether your feet stay down or are elevated, let's practice our whiskey breath, our big yoga breath, except this time we'll extend the exhalations longer than the inhalations. And by doing so, it has a calming effect on the nervous system. Do it at your own pace, at your own count. Just make sure you can feel your full inhalation and your full exhalation. If you inhale on a count of 10, perhaps try exhaling on a count of 12 or 13. Please go ahead and finish whatever round of deep breath you're on. And when you're completed that cycle, bring your feet down. Lift your hip, remove the block. And then extend your body long on the mat to get into your favorite Shavasana. And when you're in Shavasana, focus on your breath. Slow down your breathing. Take a mental scan of your body, relaxing every portion of it. Pay special attention to your shoulders and your neck and your jaw. And please allow your mind to relax as I read you this poem by Robert Frost called October. Oh, hushed October morning mild, thy leaves have ripened to the fall. Tomorrow's wind, if it be wild, should waste them all. The crows above the forest call. Tomorrow they may form and go. Oh, hushed October morning mild, begin the hours of this day slow. Make the day seem to us less brief. Hearts not averse to being beguiled, beguile us in the way you know. Release one leaf at break of day, at noon release another leaf, one from our trees, one far away. Retard the sun with gentle mist, enchant the land with amethyst. Slow, slow, for the grapes' sake, if they were all, whose leaves already are burnt with frost, whose clustered fruit must else be lost, for the grapes' sake along the wall. Please enjoy a few more moments of inner bliss and solitude. Please bring your awareness back to your breath. Deepen your breathing as you gently wake up your body, making very small movements. And please bend your knees towards your chest and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And in doing so, we're sealing the hot, fiery, masculine side of our body and exposing the cool, dark, feminine side of our body. And that cool, dark calmness will carry us for the rest of the day. Please very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. And I shall do the closing chant if you care to join me. Loka samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock yoga class and to the inner teacher, Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste. And Jai Yogis. And thank you again for being here.